I finally properly played Star Rupture. Not just booted it up once, not just messed around and bounced, I actually committed to it. I wanted to understand why people are paying attention to this game, whether it's actually fun, and whether it's even worth playing if your time is limited. Because that's what this channel is about, finding games that don't just look good, but feel good to play in real life. That is exactly why I designed my core review pillars. DPS. It cuts through marketing noise, focusing on what actually matters when your evenings are short. So let me show you what my time with Star Rupture was actually like. Star Rupture is a factory builder that keeps interrupting you with violence. You land on a hostile alien planet. You extract resources, you automate systems, and then the planet tries to kill you for it. If Satisfactory and Command & Conquer had some mutated baby, that's Star Rupture. What made me care was not the sci-fi setting though, it was the pressure. Because this world does not wait for you. I realised that when the sky started to change colour, and then the game gave me a quiet warning that something very bad was about to happen. No cutscene, no hand-holding, just a clock ticking toward disaster. That is the hook. This is not a chill builder, it is a builder that constantly asks, are you ready for what comes next? And the reason that matters will become clear when we talk about time. But first, the most important thing, is it actually fun? Here's the moment that sold me. I had just finished routing power to a small mining setup, nothing fancy, just enough to feel smart. Then I heard movement. I turned around and realised I had completely forgotten to think about my weapons. No automated turret, no walls, just me, a half-finished base, and creatures rushing in faster than I expected. That scramble, that pivot from planning to panic, that is fun. Star Rupture works because it constantly forces you to switch mental gears. Build, react, recover. There's no dead air, even when you're doing something slow. Like laying out rows, you are aware that you are borrowing time, and that awareness creates tension. The shooting is serviceable, not revolutionary, but it does not need to be, because the satisfaction comes from defending something you built yourself, and that's the key. The fun is not the gun, it is the consequence. But fun alone is not enough if it demands too much time. So let's talk about progression. So in true dad fashion, I had 25 minutes in one session. That was it. In that time, I gathered materials, built a basic power loop, placed a miner, connected it, saved, and walked away. And that matters, because when I came back, nothing was lost. Nothing reset, nothing punished me for leaving. Star Rupture is not fast progress, but it is honest progress. You always know what you are working toward, and you can stop mid-thought without feeling like you wasted the session. There are no daily checklists, no artificial timers begging you to stay longer. You build, you survive, you stop. And here's the important part. The game does not pretend you will finish it quickly. It assumes you will live with it over time. That design choice either scares you away or earns your trust. And for me, it earned trust. But trust falls apart instantly if interruptions are punished. So let's talk about that. I paused the game, saved manually, stood up, left the room. Nothing broke. That alone puts Star Rupture ahead of a lot of games that want you to own your attention. The game pauses properly. Saving is under your control, and the systems do not collapse if you step away. But here's the tension. The world is still dangerous. If you walk away without pausing, well, you deserve what happens to you. And I like that, because the game respects your time without pretending the planet is safe. It draws a clean line. Pause and save, you're protected. Ignore the danger, you are not. That balance is rare, and is the reason I felt comfortable coming back instead of anxious about what I might find. But interruption tolerance is meaningless if solo play feels compromised. So let's address that directly. I always play games solo, intentionally, because if a game needs friends to shine, it fails this test, obviously. Star Rupture does not. Everything is achievable alone. The pressure scales naturally, automation replaces extra hands, and more importantly, solo play is deliberate. I never once thought, oh, this would only be fun with other people. Instead, I thought, if I had more time, I could optimize this. That is a crucial difference. The game rewards planning, not coordination. Co-op exists, but solo is not a downgrade. And for a dad gamer, that distinction matters more than marketing bullet points. Now we get to the uncomfortable part. Early access, value, trust. Here's the internal question I always ask myself. If this never gets finished, would I still feel okay about the purchase? After a few sessions, the answer was yes. Not because it was massive, not because it is polished, but because what is already here works. The systems talk to each other, the loop makes sense, the tension is intentional, not accidental. This is not a promise of a game, it is an incomplete game with a solid spine. And that distinction matters, because early access fails when it sells ambition instead of structure. STAR Rupture sells structure. You can feel where it is going without being forced to imagine it. Which brings us to the final question. Does it pass the DPS review? If your time is limited and you want a game that respects short sessions, tolerates interruptions, and rewards planning over grind, STAR Rupture indeed passes the dad priority score. Just don't expect it to hurry for you.